Yeah, I listen to Gran Turismo music a lot.
Yeah, you're bumping that like all the time.
That's all I listen to. I replay Garage over and over.
The suits are gonna can us, and this is what you talking about Gran Turismo music.
The Celeb to Adrenochrome pipeline.
Yeah, it's real.
Dude,
We need to get on that.
that's how you, dude, the Fountain of Youth, dude.
The Fountain of Youth.
That's
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos fucking. Oh my god, dude. I'm thinking about like Jeff Bezos, like on all. He's probably on. I think he's on steroids. You seen how he got?
He's
He's kind of getting like jacked, bro.
Maybe it's all natural.
What's with all the, you know what it is, dude? These nerds, they get to a point, right? Like Zuckerberg too. You know that's why he's got the chain going. And
Yeah.
you know, these they get to a point where they're like, damn, man, like you can't really buy like this shit, you know.
Yeah, some things you.
So they like that, so they go out of their way and they become really weird or obsessed with it. But even those guys still find shortcuts, you know. Like,
Yeah.
well, it's not a shortcut. They just have a better hand, right? So they can fucking spend all the money in the world on training and gear.
Well, the money makes up for their luck, you know.
Didn't Zuckerberg blow his like ACL out or some shit?
I don't. I never heard about that.
No,
Where
like
are you
he got
getting these
no,
stories?
he got injured on because I follow him on Instagram,
Oh, okay.
and he like blew his leg out training like jiu-jitsu, and it's just so funny to think about
Oh,
like
he was
someone
into that,
injured the fucking head of Facebook, and it's
In a
like
spar.
yeah, they're sparring and shit. Like, dude, it's just fucking hilarious to me because it's like
How would you feel, dude? I'd be scared.
it'd be kind of funny if like an ICE agent like had like a McDonald's or like a Del Taco or some
Yeah.
sort of food spot that he frequents that always gets his shit wrong. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and he's just like, man, one day, I'm gonna
I got it out for these
It's
guys.
like I'm gonna get those motherfuckers, you know. And it's just like when they're doing their raids, or whatever, and they just swing by one of the spots, and
Now's
like,
the time, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like, yo, hold up, we gotta make a quick stop.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know, he orders the food and everything,
When you break it down like that, it's kind of funny.
and he fucking, that's what I'm saying. He like, I don't know, it's funny, right?
Can
Like,
they even enjoy fast food?
you gotta be out of uniform for that, right? Or maybe they like,
Yeah. Or maybe they have MREs, like while they're out
nah,
on the field.
dude, no, okay, dude, like that's already too much of a LARP. They LARP hard enough as it is, you know. They get like all those millions of dollars in like militarization shit, and then it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's a total LARP job. That's why the SWAT guys are like so like gun ho about like raiding places, you know?
Yeah, they can't wait to get called
Because
in.
they're like, fuck yeah, dude, I get to bust out the
'Cause,
gear.
I mean, what else are they gonna do? They're gonna hang out in the barracks and like
Mm.
spank their shit.
Oh yeah, let's see.
You like working at the mall?
I don't like working at the mall. Crazy stuff, but nah, dude, mall sucks, man. I just want to get the fuck out of there. I'm already applying a million other places. Like,
You know, it's funny because I like working at the mall, but I work in like a different field, you know. So
well, you just pull up to do jobs on the mall itself
yeah.
to maintain it
No, we don't maintain it. We do like renovations for inside of the stores.
as maintenance, though.
No.
Nah, fuck you then. Whatever. Dude. I'm not gonna start.
Maintenance is,
I'm not
is
about to
you're
start-
hired by the mall. Where is hired by the mall? We run into all kinds of like high society types, and that they're just as freaky as Hollywood, portrays them.
I explained this concept of this movie to my buddy outside of Chili's. I was like,
There's no way.
yeah, I was like, yo, dude, like, Eyes Wide Shut is about a guy's girl, or his hoe's going,
Yeah.
and he's, okay, I was like, alright, because I was at Chili's, and this fucking waitress was, like, flirting like crazy with my buddy,
Yeah.
and I was like, alright, man, like, I'm gonna head out a little early, quote unquote, I'm just gonna wait outside, you wanna talk to her a little bit,
Uh-huh.
talk to her, try to get her number or whatever. And then she sits at the table. She sits where I was sitting, and like sits and just talks to him for like a couple minutes, or whatever.
Well,
Like
after
literally,
you left, right?
yeah, she's
Okay.
literally on the job,
Damn.
sitting down talking to this. So he comes outside and he's like, "She had a boyfriend in like 4 years,"
That's insane.
and I was like, I mean,
So why is she so happy to talk to him?
that's what he was saying. He was like, "Why the fuck was she like flirting with me and shit?" Then I told him I was like, "That's kind of," because he was like, "Oh, like," he said some shit about like, "Oh, like like." I know my girl doesn't cheat though, and I was like, "Yeah." So every guy likes to think, huh? They're the prize, right?
And then that's when you.
I was like,
that's
yeah,
when you
they got a
started talking
movie
about
about
Eyes
this.
Wide Shut,
I was like,
right?
they got a
Yeah.
movie about this thing. There's this guy, Tom Cruise. He's a doctor and he got all his money, and he's like, I'm the man, dude. Like, of course, bitches want to sleep with me, And then he's like telling his wife like, man, isn't it crazy? Like, I know you'd never do anything like that.
Yeah, and that's the whole that's where like the conflict.
She's like, what, you think like I can't? Like, she's like, like who's gonna fucking hit on you? And she's like, you think I'm just some raggedy bitch? I'd cheat on you if I got the chance. And then he's like fucked for the rest of the movie. Yeah. And he's like, I gotta cheat on this bitch. And then he just can't find it in him to do it. And I was telling my boy, like, don't get too comfortable, man. These hoes going, man. Yeah.
It is kind of real. It's pretty real. I mean, especially when you're, I don't know. It depends on everyone's point of view, you know?
I'm sticking right now.
You know, what's the point of sticking?
You know what's crazy, too, is that, like, I was thinking about, like, women's book tastes.
Okay.
There's Book Talk, which is basically just, like, women being fucking horny.
Oh, wait. Book Talk or book, like, talk? As in, like...
Book Talk, like, the specific category of videos.
On TikTok, right?
That TikTok,
oh,
yeah,
okay,
like,
yeah.
And it's just the newest iteration of it, because it's been going on for years. Because I used to go to swap meets and stuff looking for books.
Wait, what? No way.
When I was a kid.
That's a good... I never even thought about, like,
when I was a kid and stuff, I would go to, like, the swap meet and look at books, and I'd always see these really thick books. And in my head, I'm like, oh, it's an adult book, like... Not like that, but like, oh, it's in like an adult book. Like, this is what people read when they're adults, and like 9 out of 10 times, it was like some ripped dude with like Fabio ass hair.
You know what? Now
on
that
the
you
cover,
it, yeah.
And it's like you open it up, and it's like some like old lady on the inside panel, and she's like fucking 90 years old, and it's like Karen Lefludrel.
But those kind of books are written to be.
Out of a quaint town in Connecticut, Karen likes to write about, and then
those are like...
You open it up to like page 30, and it's like, and that's when he pulled me by my hair, and inserted his erect, and it's like...
But you're saying they're like all smut books, right?
Yeah, it's basically, so like, so now what I'm saying with current day equivalent is like Book Talk.
What's the difference?
Colleen Hoover.
I haven't read any of her.
She's a problem, bro. I don't know. She's a problem, though, dude.
Is her brain hot?
Yeah. It's all a bunch of bullshit, dude. This shit really pisses me off, because, like, it's just, like, bird brain stuff, you know? It's like all the all the books are about, like, abusive relationships. All the books are about, and then it's like, oh, he was perfect to me, but I just couldn't get over my ex.
It's crazy.
No, but, like, Andy Elliott. You know who Andy Elliott is?
No.
A lot of you guys sit around and jerk off all day. Take your shirt off. You ever seen that guy?
Nah.
It's like a sales guy, and he's really my brother, man. I put my brother onto him.
Yeah.
And
is he like a life coach type shit?
Yeah, like he's one of those alpha male like influence dickheads. Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing with him. He's a frauder, man. He used to write. He used to pretend like the people that would come, because he was a car salesman.
Yeah.
And he would like fraudulently like get people approved for loans and shit by saying they had a down payment when there was no down payment.
Did he get in trouble for that, or did he just get fired? Isn't that illegal?
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, of course it's illegal. They got investigated and stuff, but he like flipped on everybody. He like got out scotch-free. Yeah, he went state.
And this is the guy that people would like trust for advice.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like people read like, because he goes around saying like, you've seen him. I know you've seen him, because he goes like, take a look at your paycheck. If it's not at least $100,000 a month, you got work to do. A lot of you guys sit around jack off all day. You guys really never seen this? Let me pull him up, bro.
Well, I mean, like, I see those kind of things, and I sort of just laugh it off. I mean, I can't take it seriously.
A lot of you guys jack off all day.
For reference.
I had a guy.
This is the guy?
Yeah. I'm trying to find a lot of you guys jack off all day.
Andy Elliott. You don't have to find the exact one. I'm pretty sure everything he says is slob.
A lot of you guys jack off all day. Seriously. I mean, like, you guys just jack off all day. This bullshit all the time.
Dude, he's got a shirt with his last name on it? I don't know.
Can you imagine being How many cars do you sell a month? 10? If somebody kidnapped your family and said they were going to kill him if you didn't sell 40 cars, could you sell 40? I need his back against the wall like that.
All right, I'm sorry.
I don't know. It sounds like he's talking from like experience.
Yeah.
you know?
So, well, I told Brian about him, right? And then Brian's like, Brian's in sales, and I think he started watching him like unironically, and like
He's like, yo, this guy's making sense.
yeah, he like actually uses some of the stuff, and it's so funny to me because he like I think he does it as like his own little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And like we talk about because we shoot shit about like our jobs, you know, and like it's
Yeah.
so funny hearing his like whole thing where someone goes in there to like fix something, and he just hammers them, and he's like, well, maybe it's time to get like a new phone, like.
Yeah.
And he said some shit one time that stuck with me. He goes, my job isn't customer service, my job is sales.
Damn.
And I was like, that's a fucked up way to look at it. But at the same time, you know, I'm here to make my bag, right? And,
Yeah. Does he gets paid commission?
He gets commission. So he's there to try to make a bag, you know? that reminds me of your experience with the fucking lotion guy.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a good one. Fuck that lotion guy.
You didn't even say it. Just tell the story.
Yeah, man. He caught me in the middle of the mall, and he was trying to.
Well, you gotta
He's trying
lay
to hate
down.
on
You gotta
me.
lay down the context. You can't just start a story like that.
Nah, he caught me in the mall. Like I was
Why were you at the
posted
mall?
up. I was posted up at the mall.
Bro, why'd you go to the mall, actually? Were
I
you
went
there
to the
for a
mall to hang
job?
out with my friends.
Uh huh.
And I was walking to the other side of the mall to meet up with them, and this guy stops me. And he gives me a little packet of lotion to get his foot in the door, and I'm like, okay, like thanks. And then he's like, nah, come in here. You gotta try this out. So then I'm like, oh fuck, like I already know what's gonna happen. He wants to sell me something, so I bite, and I go in, and he's telling me like, oh, you gotta try the skin product. Like here, just check it out, try it out. And then he applies the skin product on my hand, and he's like, here, you gotta feel the difference, bro. Like feel that shit. So I'm like feeling, myself in front. I'm feeling myself in front of him. I'm like, I don't know, dude. He's like, it's you get these two, the exfoliator and the fucking lotion. $150, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I use Vaseline. What am I supposed to tell him? Yes.
Yeah, no.
I got something that works, and it's fucking cheap, and it works, and I might look like a fucking, like, oiled up when I go out. But it's
Don't
only
say
for like
that.
an hour.
Don't say you look oiled up when you go out, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I moisturize.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Vaseline's not the crazy option, but what would you can't leave out the best part, man. He's fucking.
That he gets mad and makes a face.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so take it back up from I use Vaseline.
Yeah, I use Vaseline, and he makes a fucking face. He's like looking at me. He's like, nah, it doesn't look good.
No, yeah. The first time you said it, you said something like, well, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Well, it doesn't
in
look
a much more,
Well,
actually, you know what I was, shooting low budget film, because I've been thinking about
I just watched La Marachi.
what's that.
Really? Never mind, dude. I don't want to talk about Marachi or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, I was thinking, it'd be cool if we made like PSA shorts. What do you think about that? Just,
I wrote down
I
here
don't know.
girls being told that they're special, and I remember an idea of it. But it's like, oh, I remember now. So, like, you know how girls, like, they can say anything? And then some guy out there would be like, haha, dude, that's so fucking great. You're so smart for that. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if
That's what
guys...
it is, bro.
Could you imagine if guys got half of that shit?
They do.
There's a very small percent of guys who get that. Like, deniably, like,
You're
everywhere
just-
they go.
The more girls you talk to, the
No, but, like, what
ones
I'm
about
saying
it
is,
be
like...
yo.
Yeah, but, like... You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy when you think about it, like, because, like... Like Bill Belichick, right? Bill Belichick, this is off the top, this isn't written down. Belichick, this is what I like about it. So, Bill Belichick, the reason I bring him up is because he's dating this young girl, like, she's 23 or something.
How old is he?
He's, like, 70-something. He's the former head coach of the New England Patriots.
Oh, okay.
But,
That's why I've heard his name.
Yeah. So this motherfucker, he's dating this young girl, right? And she's like fucking up his like image low key, because he's always been very mysterious and very, very, very
horrifying.
PR trained. Like he's
that's
completely like PR trained. Like he knows how to handle press. He doesn't give any spicy answers in the media. You know, if they played like shit, he wasn't out there like giving a headline. You know, he was just
Yeah.
like, oh, we just got to play better next week and stop turning the ball over.
Damn.
He was just very boring. So the fact that he's got this out of the media is just crazy to me because my whole entire life, he's always been a very like removed guy. You know.
Yeah. He
Um,
seems like above everything.
Yeah, but like it's so crazy because so getting back to it though, he's dating this young chick, and she's like fucking up his image, so bad, and in the process though, people around him are trying to tell him like, yo, like you should probably like
Control your hoe, bro.
yeah, either that or like
Gotta
get
control
out of the
what's going
public
on.
eye about it, or you know, because
Yeah.
she's also his PR manager. So imagine that. Your biggest PR disaster is in charge of handling your PR disaster. So she's like in charge of all of the like speaking engagements he does. That's what he said. So he's still giving the smart answers, but no one's buying this shit anymore because, I mean, dude, come on, we all see what's going on.
Yeah.
But he someone close to them apparently said to the press that he thinks she's a genius.
Well, I was actually about to ask, like,
That's what I'm saying though, but
Who-
like
who do you
that's such a
think-
like that's such a like old rich guy like hot wife thing to do, like, and I'm not saying she's hot because I don't think she's all that hot, but what I'm saying is like that's like a like you know
yeah,
like you get
I
like
don't
you
really
getting well okay what I'm saying is like if a girl fucks you you'd go sit there like, man, she's awesome, isn't she? You know, like guys are just so like pussy starved that they're like they get like domed by like a 25-year-old and then they're like, man, she's just so smart and like mature for her age, she's just got it all put together. It's like, dude, all she did was blow you. Now you're calling her a fucking scholar.
I'm,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
Come on, man.
I can
Brian
see.
understands that. Brian and me fucking had the biggest laugh about this.
Well, because I think she's making plays, you know.
Yeah.
Like she's dating a fucking rich guy, and she's dating her boss, which is pretty stupid. But it's even stupider on his part.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's
why
why.
would you
That's
date-
why he's retarded because he's like sitting there like, she's so smart, man. Not that smart. She's just playing the game and and this is like the oldest play in the book.
It's pretty insane the stuff that's going on in LA, and my coworker hit me with a theory that Trump is only letting this kind of stuff go on, or he's encouraging it, you know, by sending more reinforcements and putting more troops in to counter the protesters, right? So he's saying he was telling me that Trump is only doing this because his wife is like cheating on him with fucking Gavin Newsom.
How and where did those dots connect? 'Cause
Well,
I'm curious. I mean,
his
he's
evidence-
piqued my interest.
his evidence was that when Trump landed in LA for I can't remember if it was like campaigning or something, but like Trump lands in LA and his wife is super happy to see Gavin, you know, or the governor. And
I
Trump
hope
is
he's
just there
right,
like,
dude. Could you fucking imagine he was right?
Yeah.
And besides that
You
guy,
think this story got legs?
yeah, he'd be prophetic. Dude.
Sell it to the press. Sell it to
Dude,
the press.
That's prophetic, dude. Imagine he gets it right. He's like, everyone told me I was crazy, huh?
Yeah, my coworker's crackpot theory.
That's crazy elite vision. If he sees that, he's like, yo, come on. He's like the greeting he got. That's not a regular greeting.
That's exactly what he said, dude.
He's like, if that was my bitch, bro. He's like, hose is going, bro. Damn, dude.
if I saw Gavin Newsom in the
He
club-
said Donald's hose going, bro.
Back to Eyes Wide
Oh,
Shut.
dude, this all ties back to Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, fucking 5'2" Tom Cruise. It's like counter
Did you
his
watch
argument.
Cops back in the day?
Mm.
I still watch like Cop. Like,
You watch
sometimes-
one episode, you've seen the whole thing.
No, dude. Cops is crazy. Cops is real crazy, bro. You remember that one guy who kept calling his the police officer Poppy and shit?
Yeah, that was funny.
No, Poppy. And he was like,
Yeah,
stop
he's like
calling.
a
I ain't your
Dominican guy.
pappy.
Yes, papi.
I ain't your poppy.
Yes, officer. Yes, officer.
He says some shit like that. It's
Yeah.
like it's the most stereotypical like New York like cop. ain't your pappy. Oh, baby, the pussy okay. You like that bit in Taxi Driver where he's like a man works a job and then they become that job, and then Robert De Niro's like, you're a fucking idiot, and then he's like, yeah, well, what the fuck do I know, and he walks away. Cause he was trying to big homie. He was like, he was trying to big homie him. He was like, let me tell you something, man. This job gets you in ways you can't even imagine. He's trying to tell him like.
Yeah, when he starts doing taxi work, right?
Because he's like a man works a job, then eventually they become that job.
Yeah.
And he was trying to warn him like, yo, no, don't get too caught up in this shit. Make sure to take some time off and remember who you are, Because
damn,
he's fucking out here driving all these pimps and like.
Oh yeah, that's
all
right.
these drug dealers and all this bullshit all night.
He's in the seedy underbelly.
Yeah, because he drive at night.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't sleep. He was like, yo, this
Yeah.
guy is like clearly not all there. He's not back from the war yet, But,
Oh, he's a vet.
Yeah. That's why he's got that jacket and shit. He's got the M65 jacket and shit.
Yeah. That's a nice jacket.
And then he's like, I think it's an M65. I might be wrong, but I think it's pretty damn sure it's an M65 jacket.
That's the name of it.
And it's like, damn, bro, you have no idea how much you just fucked that guy's day up, bro. I felt so bad. That scene, dude, I always feel so bad for that older cabbie. Because that cabbie was just trying to speak game, and he was like, let me help this guy out real quick. And then he got told, like, you're a fucking retard, basically. By Robert De Niro.
That is kind of real, yeah.
Because Robert De Niro was like, I got some real bad ideas in my head. And then the other guy was like, look, kid, here's how you can fix that. And then he's like, you're an idiot. And he's like, alright, I'll go fuck myself then.
Yeah, he was hating.
Yeah. I was thinking about that shit at work.
Well, that's why he let himself get so far. He couldn't handle reality. Like Eyes Wide Shut.
Mm-hmm. If it was me, by the way, I would have caught AIDS, because ain't no way I was leaving the house without fucking something.
That's pretty real.
Come on, bro. You telling me if you got pulled into that room by that fucking trick, you wasn't about to fucking...
Oh, you know what? That was the part in the movie where he goes back after, like, the AIDS test.
Well, he
Because he finds out that she took one, right?
Well, he goes over there to seal the deal. The first time around, he bitched out because he had that call to go, like, visit someone or do a house call.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
he decides to run it back.
He decides to run it back, and then he pulls up, and it's, like, her roommate, and he's like, maybe I fucked the roommate. And the roommate was like, hey, I'm only gonna tell you because, she told me you're a good guy and all, but I know you two spent some time together, so she doesn't know they didn't fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, she's got AIDS or something, so you should go get yourself checked out. And he's like, oh, alright, cool. And he leaves and shit. And he's like, damn, bro, I almost got AIDS.
It is pretty gooned out. Dude, how do you feel about the Pope at the baseball game?
I didn't know he was at the baseball game. I saw him wearing
he
the hat.
He wasn't at the baseball
He just
game.
put on the hat.
Yeah, and he was broadcasting himself.
Yeah, what the fuck? So what? If the Pope's a White Sox fan, I'm a White Sox fan. Actually, when I was a kid...
I was at the same game that the Pope was at.
No, I don't... I have a team, obviously, in baseball, but it was one of those teams I had a soft spot for because I had a hat.
White Sox.
But, like I'm saying, dude, like, everyone just had a hat for some reason. Because of that, I had a soft spot for them. Like, yo, this team's cool, too.
They're cool.
And then, so the fact that the Pope is a freaking White Sox fan...
It's kind of...
It's hard, bro. That
You
goes super hard, bro.
It's pretty cool. It's
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
It's strange to see the...
There has been no Pope in history up until this point that had an opinion about baseball.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's so fire. That's fucking awesome, dude. No, because, like, as an American, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's cool that I finally have a fucking president who gives a fuck about baseball.
President.
Excuse me. I'm just glad I have a Pope now that actually has an opinion on things like this.
Yeah.
Because, like, fucking, there was popes who had, like, a favorite soccer team and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
There's definitely popes out there who had a favorite fucking, like, not favorite, but at least knew the rules of, like, cricket and rugby. And who the fuck can relate to that here? Nobody. You know what I can relate to is a fucking White Sox fan because I go, damn, man, you guys have been going through it the last few years. And then he's like, yeah, it sucks.
That's funny. Yeah, but it's true.
At the most at the most core level of this dude is still a person who's like How'd the White Sox do today?
He's from Chicago, you know. He's from Illinois.
Well, I mean, God bless him. He's probably a Bears fan. Those guys suck. You know, in the NFL history, there's every single team has produced a quarterback who throws at least 4,000 yards, except for one, and that is the Chicago Bears.
Yo.
The Chicago Bears have, and you would have thought Jay Cutler got it done, but they have always been just a absolute, like, you can give them a great prospect and they'll find a way to just make them look mediocre. It's the craziest thing. It's a real problem. That just gave me an idea. I want to make a franchise mode in Madden 06. Or not franchise mode. A superstar mode, because there's like
what does that mean?
So, like, the franchise mode I'm playing is like a management, like a simulator, while the other one is like a player simulator, so you basically play as
Oh, okay.
like the star player of your team. Or like you get drafted in, you basically follow one player.
Yeah, it's more like a player fantasy.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a player RPG versus like
Yeah.
a manager RPG.
Uh-huh.
So,
It's cool that they got both modes in the...
oh yeah, absolutely. They used to pay so much attention to both too. But like, for the longest, they only paid attention to the player mode, and even that, they would...
cut corners.
I could talk about Madden and how it deteriorated all day.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters. Everyone knows that about sports games.
No. Not everyone does.
Well, most gamers.
No. You
You're
gotta understand.
talking-
I have historical context that people don't have because I grew up with these games since the 6th generation of consoles. People that I talked to started playing when it was already, in my opinion, gone. So I had talked to this kid at work. He says his first Madden was Madden 2012. I remember that was one of my last Maddens that I kept up with.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because I had seen the changes that it had gone through and remembered all the things that you lost coming from the 6th generation to the 7th generation, and all the things that had been taken away, and all the features that had been stripped, and the attention that had been lost to the
Yeah.
And everyone back then kept saying the same thing they say now when they're excusing this type of bullshit. They say it's a step in the right direction. The
Well, it
game
probably makes
is
the
a
games-
step in the right direction. The game is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys have been trying to bring back the things you guys took away from us in the PlayStation 2. Man, so it's like, it's not everyone knows, because not everyone does know. A lot of these kids know only fucking Ultimate Team. My team, any of these things, how do you not know this is what killed gaming? Literally, this is what the stuff, because the microtransaction, people buy packs, and the game has a power creep every year. You start the game with fucking, oh, everyone's kind of even, and then it goes one card that's just ridiculously overpowered, and then they make the odds to get it very low, so it's a gotcha mechanic where you gotta fucking get it every, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's a FOMO, all this shit is fucking plays into it.
It's like
teaching kids to
gambling.
gamble, literally teaching kids to gamble,
Yeah.
and you're getting them hooked on a young age, and you're ripping packs, and it's like I said, you don't get to keep these cards because next year's game comes out, and now you're doing it all over again. It's pay to win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I get that.
That's why it's fucking bullshit.
It is bullshit. I never said it wasn't.
It pisses me off.
I can see why you're pissed off.
Because they don't need to try on franchise mode. They don't need to try on superstar mode. They don't need to try on these modes that used to get all these attention. Because every week they can just drop a new pack with a new bullshit card.
It makes the game easier to develop. They just have to focus on one thing, develop it. Develop the game, and then they develop the cards, they make the cards, and then the balancing comes. Like,
games are
do they even have like balancing updates?
They always tweak stuff, and then it ruins, and then people bitch about it, and then nothing's ever right.
And then the next overpowered card comes out.
Yes. Everything
this sounds like Call of Duty to me. Which is why I don't play that shit.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Everything, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I saw it with my own eyes, bro. I watched all the video games I love turned into fucking cash grabs.
Yeah.
And I know the process in which it goes, bro. So that's why it matters so much to me when I go back and I play these old games and I'm able to sit there and all the content is in the game. And I was about to start bitching about how fucking massive games are now, because no one knows how to fucking optimize anything.
Yeah,
and they don't know
definitely.
how to. They don't know how to.
The file sizes and shit.
Everything is so fucking stupid now.
Yeah, it's like 80 plus gigs and shit.
Every time. And
Yeah.
and then you go back and I'm playing a game that's like 6 gigabytes tops,
Yeah.
you know? And it's got more content in it than I fucking can do in
Yeah, but the games were like developed early. You know, like they developed the games.
They were more conscious about how, because
Yeah,
look,
more consciously. Yeah.
okay, so this is what the problem is. They put out a new graphics card, right? And the new graphics card can do XYZ at this amount of speed and blah 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 blah, and it can handle all this stuff. And you know what people do? They go, okay, cool. Well, since it can do all that, I'll just put more shit in it instead of like
Yeah. They start using it to develop their next product.
yeah, and they don't.
I got my fucking hand in front of my mouth, but
That's why like Doom Eternal's fucking good, and Doom 2016 is good because these games were so well optimized. You can play them on a piece of shit fucking laptop.
or Xbox One.
Yeah, and your frame rate's still gonna be fine.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah.
It's
It is kind of strange how, because PC games are normally known for being like really well, not optimized, but like they have so many features, right? Like when I think about it, I think about like DayZ, you know, or like or what's it called, like Escape from Tarkov, like games that have not only
Stalker,
I don't know about Stalker. Stalker is like a
Crisis 2.
those are like pretty different, but what I'm thinking about is like games that have like a ton of features.
Right.
Because I never had a PC, and from what I know about PC games is that they have like a bunch of good shit to, you know, dive into. There's a bunch of indie games. They're all fun. But console games are so well optimized, and you know they're optimized really well for like a reason, because they have to be played on a shitty console. You know.
Well, that's why it's
I sort of rambled on with that, but
no
you get me, right?
It's not a ramble. Fucking, I was gonna say like the PS4 guys, those guys don't want to let go. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like those guys are actually helping us. People don't realize they're helping us. Cause the longer they have to keep making that fucking system work,
Mm-hmm.
the more effort they have to do in trying to fucking make things smaller. Cause there's no way, you know.
Yeah. Well, if they made an Eyes Wide Shut video game adaptation.
I was about to say like a PlayStation 1, like Eyes Wide Shut, Silent Hill type. It's like this is the.
But
main
now
engine.
nowadays we could, like making a
We could
indie
do
game
it
like that.
we could do it like a like Scarface, like
Scarface
on
on
like,
the PS2.
Yeah, like that type of vibe where it's like alternate ending, you know?
Yo,
'Cause
that's funny.
that's what Scarface is, the video game.
Yeah, that's
pi-
pretty funny.
You pick it up from like the shootout.
Or like the Payday 2 Scarface ending.
That's just a mansion level, actually.
It's implied.
What's the shit Rojo sent? He sent some fucking shit to the chat that was very depressing. He sent let me find this shit, dude. Let me find
I
this.
honestly can't scroll on Instagram for more than like 5 minutes until I see something fucking depressing.
Oh yeah, so he sent a post from Modeling Career Advice. There's a subreddit called Modeling Career Advice.
If people are trying to be models.
Yeah, and it's like people just post themselves and they go, LOL, should I be a model? Someone told me I should be a model. And then everyone...
flamed her.
Yeah, literally, everyone is just in like competition to be as big an asshole back then. In the comments, boss is like, you should stop believing everything people tell you. And it's like,
But do people even know how to become, like, what steps they would take to become a model?
can I be a model? 6'4", 170. This guy's skin is shitty.
First of all, stop giving a shit.
It looks like you'd be a model for a company that sells weird switchblades.
Dude, this should be our segment. This should be our segment, bro. Like, we scroll through, like, fucking a crazy-ass Reddit board every week.
People are saying yes in the comments.
And then read the
people are saying-
comments.
Here, I'm gonna sort by top. But this is a very sad oh yeah.
It is pretty insane. No way that guy thinks he should be a model.
He's just fucking around at this point.
That's the thing. Because remember, like, for the past for the past couple of recordings, we've been saying things like test screenings when we really meant like focus group. I've been thinking about that where I was like, I know the word for it, but I just can't remember. And I finally fucking found it. It's focus group. Like when they preview a movie to people to get a reaction. It's called a focus group.
I know, but a focus group feels like a whole other thing.
No, it's the same thing. They do it for TV shows. They do it for products. They do it for everything.
It's a goon tank.
You can shit, dude. We could be goon tank.
Imagine going. No, dude, don't say that. Don't say that.
That is kind of.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That's some Rojo shit, dude. That's some crazy Rojo shit.
Why hasn't he come back to the podcast?
Oh, he's been busy.
Oh, okay.
He's been busy. I asked him too. I was like, "You trying to record?" And he was like, "I'm working or some shit." I can't remember what he said, but he's busy.
He's not about it.
He's out being a Rojo, dude. He's fucking getting...
He's being a productive member of society.
He's getting lore for us, dude. He's
That's
out there collecting stuff, you know?
It's true.
Type shit.
It's like Oblak.
If I was there, shit, I'd be over in like 2 minutes, honestly.
GD.
On gang.
On gang.
Yeah, I was watching a video about Diddy earlier. And he apparently he hosted an event that was supposed to be like a charity basketball game when he was like young. You heard about this, right?
Yeah, and the person died, right?
7 people died.
Yeah. That actually is
stampede.
pretty good. Yeah, from the because people were trying to like leave because someone pulled a gun, right?
Nah, I thought it was just like pandemonium because like
there was like a fire or some shit.
Celebrities pulled up and
really?
everyone was trying to crowd the fucking. Because Mike Tyson pulled up and someone else was there. LL Cool J and Mike Tyson pulled up, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Fanned the fuck out, right?
Yeah,
and then
LL Cool J was
people
big,
got crushed in the hallway because people were trying to cram in. Some people were passing out and shit. Astroworld type shit, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I remember it. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's not funny.
You're right.
But
7 people lost their lives. You know, but he fucked up on that event, and that was like terrible PR for him. But then there was another thing that he did because he was like promoting this young like Dominican dude, right? And then I guess someone was in the club with Diddy, and they were like they were like an entourage together, right? So this Dominican dude was hanging out with Diddy in the club, and then like Diddy's security allegedly, like pulled out a gun on someone and like shot them. I think they like.
Yeah, I know about this, bro.
Yeah, right. So that's.
And then the guy took the fall. It was Shine.
The guy took the fall.
Yeah, Shine.
Yeah.
Shine took.
But now he's like a politician in fucking,
in like some fucking Caribbean country.
Yeah, or he's Caribbean maybe. Yeah, I can't remember his.
He said that he forgave Diddy because he was like, Diddy can help out my country. Yeah, no, I'm not joking.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been getting this guy on your reels. He's like some like bald like white dude. I don't remember his name. But he's always got like some cool shit to say on his videos, and he's like, you know what? That's pretty fucking cool, or like some shit, you know. You haven't gotten him on your YouTube reels?
Oxhorn tit mechanics.
No.
So there's a story about Ali Dia, the guy I told you about, that British dude or not British, he's like an African guy who like lied about like.
Oh yeah. The soccer player.
Yeah, he was like, so he was telling people that he was related to George Weah, who was like one of the best players in the world at the time. And he would like call around a bunch of like lower leagues and stuff and like across Europe, and he'd be like, "Yo, like, I got this guy. He's played for like the international team like this amount of times. He used to be at the PSG academy. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I want to try to get him on to you guys for a trial or a free, blah blah blah, and get like a 10-day contract and go out there and fuck around for 10 days and then get paid and go home." And he was pulling the scam off on like a couple of clubs. So eventually he's like, "Man, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna stop fucking around picking these little clubs, bro. Like, I'm gonna go after the big clubs." And so he's like, "I gotta come up with a good plan." So he's like, "All right, instead of telling him I'm related to him, I'm gonna say I am him."
Yeah.
So he calls him and he's like, "Yo, this is like." No, he has his friend call and he's like, "Don't say you're my agent. Say you are George Weah." And he's like, "Yo, this is George Weah, like, you know, ball on the Orwell.
Damn.
Like, you know, one of the best players in the world." Anyway, I got
That's
a cousin, and my cousin, he's real good. He's real nice. I think you'd like him. He's one of the best scorers for our youth team in Nigeria or Senegal or whatever the fuck country they're from. He's one of the best scorers from our national team. A real young guy. Give him a try. He used to be at PSG, and eventually, one club was like, "All right, fuck it, send him down." And that club was all right. So he gets a trial at Southampton, right? He's there on a trial, so he's not even signed yet. He's like on a trial, so he performs like shit. And the team captain, Letizier, he was like, I thought this guy was like a fan or some shit who won like a radio competition, or something, just to be like, he's like a Make-A-Wish kid type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
this kid's got to be like, you know.
Well, he's judging him based off his skill.
Yeah, because he played like shit. I mean, there's a certain level of like refinement that you have to be a professional athlete. That's clearly, you know.
Definitely.
But the team was stretched so fucking thin. They were like, "Fuck, dude! Like, we literally just need him to fill out the bench, because we don't have enough players to field the team."
Yeah.
Because everyone was hurt, and they're like, blah blah blah.
They're weak.
They had one guy, and his position was striker. Apparently, that's what he said. He said he was a striker, which means like the guy at the front who scores the goals.
Okay.
And they only had one striker ahead of them, so they're like, "Well, we need a backup striker just in case everything really goes wrong. Let's keep him around, you know. Maybe he's like, the game comes up against Leeds, and then 22 minutes in, Letizier, the same guy who was like, this guy's like a Make-A-Wish kid or whatever.
Yeah.
He was a starting
He's coming
striker.
to the realization.
He got hurt. So only 22 minutes in the game, they're like, well, fuck, who's up next? And they're like, oh, fuck, we have like a bunch of defenders and stuff, besides one guy.
The guy who's...
Ali Dia.
Ali Dia, yeah.
So he's like, fuck, man. All right, Ali, get the fuck in there, you know? And,
Let's get it sound.
and yeah, bro. And so the funniest thing about it is, like, he actually got a shot on target.
Oh, fuck.
He got to take a shot, bro. So, like, and it's the funniest thing, if you look up Ali Dia, like, on YouTube, there's, like, Ali Dia highlights and skills. And then it's just, like...
it's just the one shot.
It's just, like, shots of him being interviewed, and then, like, the one shot. It's literally, like, two shots of him being interviewed, him being subbed on, and then, like, the shot. And that's, like, just the whole highlight for real. And it's, like, so... It's, like, uploaded, like, 14 years ago now, you know? Like, old YouTube. Oh, dude, today, it's, Bayern Munich beat the shit out of, like, an Australian team. This German team.
Okay.
Like, the best team in German's history. At least in their league.
That's pretty cool.
They beat the shit out of this Australian team. Or Auckland? Where's Auckland? That's Australia, right?
Auckland?
A-U-C-K land. Auckland.
Yeah, it could be.
I think that's Australia. But
When you say Auckland, I think about Aki, bro.
Akiway? Nah,
Akiway.
But they won 10-0 in soccer. Let me repeat that. 10-0.
It seems like the other people didn't even try.
It's just a difference in skill, bro. It's ridiculous how vast the difference in skill is in that sport.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
It's like going up in like yeah, dude. It's like league, well, not league. Like leagues, like Platinum League or what the fuck? What's that game that does that? Siege, right?
Oh yeah, the ranks.
Yeah. So it's like the higher up you go, the more.
It's like putting like a diamond player versus like a copper player.
Yeah, exactly. Literally what it is.
That wouldn't be me though. I'm finding my way.
You'd probably go out sad, bro.
Nah, I found my way out of copper.
You'd be the 10-0.
I'm at a strong silver.
More than enough. Fucking signing off for the week, dude. Fuck this.
Father's Day special, 2 a.m. special.
Yeah, dude.
3 a.m. special, bro. Recorded at 3
special,
a.m.,
dude.
bro.
Akiway special.
Shout out Burger Picard.
Oh, look at it this way, you know, a man takes a job, you know? And that job, I mean, like that, you know, that becomes what he is. You know, like, you know, you do a thing and that's what you want. I mean, like, I've been a cabbie for 17 years, you know? 10 years at night. I still don't own my own cab. You know why? Because I don't want to. That must be what I want. You know, to be on the night shift, driving somebody else's cab. You understand? I mean, you get a job, you become the job. I mean, like one guy lives in Brooklyn, one guy lives in Sutton Place. You get a lawyer, another guy's a doctor. Another guy dies, another guy gets well, and, you know, people are born. I envy your youth. Go on, get laid. Get drunk, you know, you do anything. Because you got no choice anyway. I mean, we're all fucked. More or less, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's about the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It's not Bertrand Russell, but what do you want? I'm a cabbie, you know? What do I know? I mean, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know either.
Don't worry so much. Relax, killer. You're gonna be all right. I know. I've seen a lot of people, and I know.
Okay. Okay, thanks, man.